You okay, dude? Okay, so we learned. Now we're at Divine Council.
For most of you.
Okay, put it full screen.
Human history, people have believed in some kind of spiritual realm that exists alongside the world as we know it.
Right, and the biblical authors are no exception.
Yeah, for them, the spiritual realm is a different kind of realm than ours. And to highlight that difference, the Bible refers to God's space as the sky or the heavens.
Because the sky is really different from the land. It's above and beyond. And up there are shiny bodies that move around. I think of these as flaming gas balls.
But when the biblical authors looked up, the stars gave them a way to talk and think about spiritual beings. In the Bible, they're called the sons of God, or the rulers and authorities, or even sometimes the divine council.
So that sounds really important. What does the divine council do?
Well, they're introduced in Genesis chapter 1, where they're called the host of heaven, that is, the sun, moon, and stars. And there, they're also called signs, meaning that their power and status symbolizes and points to God's power and status.
Yeah, so in Genesis 1, God appoints them to rule over the day and night.
Exactly. And then later in the Bible, we're told that they were celebrating God's power and creativity when he created the world.
Like the cheering section of a game.
Yeah, right. There are also stories in the Bible where God invites the divine council to participate in making a decision. Like when they help decide how to bring down the corrupt Israelite King Ahab. Or in the book of Job, where they debate God's policy of rewarding people who do good.
So they're like God's staff team. But why does God need a team? If he's powerful enough to create the whole universe, he could surely rule it without any help.
Well, he doesn't need them. But apparently, the God of the Bible wants to share authority with others.
Oh, right. God shares his rule with human partners on Earth. And so, in the same way, there's a parallel story of God sharing his authority to rule with spiritual partners.
Yes, that is, until it all falls apart in a twin rebellion. So you have humans who want to rule on Earth on their own terms. So they start building their own nation using their own definitions of good and evil.
Yeah, the famous story of the building of Babylon.
But check this out. When biblical authors like Moses or Isaiah looked back at the origins of Babylon, they saw more than just a human rebellion, but also a spiritual rebellion.
What was this spiritual rebellion?
Well, there were members of the divine council who, like the humans, didn't want to represent God's authority anymore. They wanted to be God, and they rebelled. And so these created beings deceived humans into worshiping them instead of the Creator. And so Babylon becomes the biblical image for the combined human and spiritual rebellion.
And so God scatters the people from Babylon into different nations.
And in the book of Deuteronomy, Moses says, this is when God also scattered the rebels of the divine council with them.
So the nations are handed over to spiritual rulers.
Yes, and this is why when the biblical prophets look out at the violent empires of their day, they see two dimensions to all the chaos and injustice. Human rebels who are being corrupted by the worship of spiritual rebels, the idol gods of money, sex, and military power.
Yeah, when humans give their allegiance to these powers, it leads to a world like ours.
Right, and the best example of this is the story of the Exodus, where we're told that the Egyptian genocide of the Israelites was inspired by Pharaoh and by the gods of Egypt.
That's really intense.
But it's not the end of the story. When God rescued the Israelites from Egypt and its gods, he invited them to become his covenant partners and learn a different way of ruling the world.
And they agree to it, but in the end they don't honor the partnership. They give their allegiance to other gods.
And so this leads to their exile in Babylon, where they become slaves once again to a foreign nation and their spiritual rulers, awaiting a new exodus into freedom. And this is where the story of Jesus picks up. He said he was here to rescue the world and take it back from the rebels.
Which rebels, the human ones or the spiritual ones?
Exactly. For Jesus, it was all connected. When he marched into Jerusalem for Passover, he was announcing the ultimate exodus. He was there to confront and overcome all rebel powers and authorities, and he did it by giving up his life.
So this is what the Apostle Paul meant when he said that Jesus disarmed the powers and authorities, triumphing over them by the cross.
Yes, Jesus condemned our evil by allowing the rebels to unleash all their hate and evil on him. But then he overcame it with the power of his love and resurrection life. And then Jesus told his followers that all authority in heaven and earth now belongs to him.
Now, the ultimate human and divine partner. This is really good news.
Yeah, and it's why the apostles started inviting everyone to give their allegiance to the risen Jesus, to discover freedom and a new way to be human.
Now, while Jesus gained a decisive victory over the rebel powers, he didn't destroy them. They're still around, causing problems.
Yes, and in fact, they are the problem. The apostles said that humanity's real enemy is never another human. Rather, it's the spiritual powers that animate our cultural idols that inspire hatred, division, and violence.
So when I see people hurting other people, behind it is the divine council gone rogue. How do you deal with this kind of enemy?
Well, the Apostle Paul said we can resist by putting on the character traits of Jesus like armor, faithfulness, justice, and peace. And he said that our only weapon is the Word of God. That is, the biblical story of good news that Jesus has overcome all rebels with the divine power of his life and love.
So what do you take away? Mm-hmm. What are your takeaway, Logan? You don't know? Okay. Many thoughts, yeah. So when injustice is happening, is it just humans causing it? So according to scripture, who else is behind the scenes? Yeah, the rebel council. Mm. Mm.
So it tempts the other people to become evil and backfire on God, so it doesn't make the world good.
Mm-hmm. And so think of Babylon, right? So Babylon is a representation of
The spiritual beings that gone rogue.
of two rebellion parties. What are the two rebellion parties? Human and Elohim, correct. And then when Yahweh spreaded them, cast them out, did they all stay in one place? No, they actually
Went into their own teams.
yeah
Their
went
own team.
went all over the world. And so there's rebel powers everywhere. Now, how do we resist rebel powers?
By the word of Yahweh.
And we take up also the armor. You got righteousness, the shoes of peace.
Faith.
Yep. Right? The word of the Lord. And so, like, legitimately, it's the good news of Jesus. Like, his good news, clinging to Jesus, which empowers us to resist the rebellious Elohims. All right, friend, we can start. All right. I'm going to figure out how to get... I think I should probably just buy it. Play it safe.
Do what?
I said I think I'm gonna buy the GOG version of Diablo and Hellfire.
I mean, that's how you're supposed to achieve it, yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna go do that. Hit BRB.
This ain't like Unreal or Unreal Tournament where you literally not any proper course anymore.
Yeah. You're the back one, so there you go.
Justin.
think I'm just going to download the. Does it work? Do you know if that thing I sent you? Does that work? You don't have to have the GOG. You don't have to have GOG. It's probably better not to use the GOG version. So we're getting things ready for Great Friday. We are moving. We're done with Stolen Realms, and we're going to be playing Diablo Hellfire multiplayer. But after that, we're just going to make sure so Diablo is like, you know, Diablo series, right? Diablo 1, 2, 3. So Diablo is the OG. Hellfire was an expansion that kind of like was official and unofficial, but since GOG has taken up, like, this become this, like, there's a way to play both the original with the expansion multiplayer. And it's a really funny story. So so pretty much Diablo at the time got bought out by a big umbrella corporation. And so Blizzard did not want an expansion because they were working on Diablo 2, but they
weren't bought out at that point.
Yeah.
Yet.
And so they kind of like, okay, like they kind of like were forced their hand to let another company to make it that was under their umbrella, under like the umbrella. But they had stipulations.
No, it was a completely different company.
Yeah. Well, it was a completely different company, but under the umbrella, because it's like it was like a big corporation that owned these multiple businesses.
No, it wasn't even under the same umbrella. Sierra was a completely different company at that point.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah.
And then, but anyway, so they said, okay, but we have these stipulations. You can't incorporate the multiplayer, which even at Diablo 1, the big selling point was the multiplayer. And you can't have the barbarian, and like you can't have a teddy bear quest, and they say get rid of like this plant expansion part. And so Sierra was like, okay, but they actually added that stuff as Easter eggs. And the Easter egg was like, you literally put in a config file and just type in like unlock multiplayer, and then you're able to play Hellfire on local area network. And like,
actually, you couldn't even do that. You have to modify the executable itself to do.
Yeah, so there's like
the barbarian that was an Easter egg.
Oh, it was just the barbarian? I thought it was just
barbarian and one other class. Multiplayer was literally something you had to hack in.
But yeah, so people found a way to do the multiplayer, and that really made them angry.
What? Artifices!
So I'm gonna set up this game now. All right, do you have the link, Houston, to the?
No, but you do somewhere on the where you listed it.
Yeah, I feel like I shared it with you. Here it is. I found it. Here it is. Oh. Okay. Do you think a paladin will fall every time he plays if he installs a video game and says he has read the Elu?
Blind they would in the first place.
All right, installing Diablo and Hellfire.
Where a paladin would not continue playing playing Minecraft after Microsoft bought it. Or will they eat the food from the mass corporations?
I mean, what if they swear loyalty to the mass corporations? They'll have to.
Yes, it could be one of those type of paladins after all.
All right, hit launch. Just make sure get all the pre stuff. Oh, that's funny. Hit launch and GOG's already like, oh, You have released me.
I don't even want to do it.
Well, did you get the offline installer?
I did get the
or did you
offline
use the
edition, and I hit
Galaxy?
play, and like GOG decided to boot itself up. There's Sierra. Whoa. Ooh, extra expand. All in his big glory.
I'm surprised they even still let them sell it, or they might have forgotten. Because it's such a little bit.
Sorry.
I was commenting how I'm surprised Activision Blizzard lets them still sell that.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I probably shouldn't be surprised as long as it's sold for full price.
As long as
They're
it makes
willing to
money.
still sell it over. As long as it's sold for full price, 20 years later, they're still willing to sell it. Call of Duty.
All right. So we did that. Okay, so there's the Dia Surgical, right?
I have no idea.
Oh, I found the website I shared with you.
You've got the GitHub, right?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm smacking flies because I opened the door to let the dogs in, and a swarm of flies came in with. And when I say swarm, I mean like 20 flies.
Oh, there's tools for even the PlayStation port. These people really like Diablo. That's actually the PlayStation version. Is actually I think the first version I ever played, because that's what my dad got. He got the PlayStation version. Yeah. OG Diablo was released for console.
And then you could play Doom 64 on the Nintendo 64 in those days.
Okay, you need access to the data from the original game. If you don't have the CD, then you could buy it out from GOG.
Being able to play old games just by buying them immediately instead of having to find a ROM or something, because you can't play them without emulating because they're not sold in a functional way.
Download latest and extract the content to a location you're choosing, or build your source.
Build from source, I dare. That'd be one crash course into command line programs.
Diablo plus Hellfire multiplayer. Gotta know how to get multiplayer working on Hellfire. So it looks like with the Evolution X, only the host has to port forward. Are you okay having that be on your side? If we need to, I guess.
Sorry, what?
So I guess with so pretty much with the GitHub, only the host has to port forward. Are you okay if that's be you, or I mean, if we need to, I can set port forwarding on my end.
I mean, that's up to you. If you want to keep the saves to your own and you don't want to lose them.
Mm. Well, it's considered land, so the save should be on our end.
Like the one time we tried to play Diablo 2 together, Battle.net, and you was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play something else for a while."
Yeah, because we're not doing the
Character
Battle of the
gets
Net. We're
deleted.
doing like a local over network run.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we got the GOG. Okay. I always have a hard time just navigating GitHub and where to figure out how to download.
You have to go to the releases page. It's part of college classes. That's how I learned it. And I do a little bit before that.
So I have to go to the release page, you said?
Yep, releases. Hold on, let me get back to my computer.
I am on the releases page. Yeah.
You need to download the exe on there. Or whatever. Sorry, I'm slowly working my way. I need to clean up a lot of stuff.
Okay. Oh. Guess I can get the zip. Then we're doing Steve Evolution. Man, they made this for almost every operating system out there. You can even do de-evolution for your Android. 3DS X.
Yeah, those homebrew groups for older software is pretty good.
Hey, HR Frank, can you turn that down? Thank you. I think this looks right. 86-64.
Let me hold full screen. Yeah, that's 64-bit Windows.
Okay. Okay, extract. Okay. Okay. Note you need access data. Down layers and extract the constant location of your choosing. Or build from source. Ooh, don't want to do that. That sounds way too complicated for me.
Yeah, it's a challenge. Do it.
Copy diabat from C or GOG install. So I have to copy diabat from GOG, from the GOG download.
Did you completely miss where it said GOG games
Or from the
in
GOG
your C
installer.
drive? Go to your C drive. Up. Not that up.
Oh, there it is. All right. Okay, diab. All right, diab. Diab. DIA.
It is
B.
alphabetical, my friend.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Were you looking for something with an icon?
Maybe. Okay, so copy. Okay. It's in. Okay, copy. To run the other half, you need also a copy. Okay. Hellfire.mq HF Monk, HF Music, HF Voice. There we go. Okay. I think.
Now you run it.
Yeah.
You copied the wrong one.
Oop.
That was the shortcut.
Oh man.
Playing at 4K now, I see.
Yeah, it seemed like 480 is just. Try that one out.
I'd recommend it Nearest Neighbor.
You recommend the one that was already on?
If you no, I mean like Instagram, previous menu.
You recommend this one?
Yes. Maybe this might be this one too.
Sorry, what do you say?
Go to graphics. It was at 480p, right?
No, it was. That's where it started. And that probably might be best. There we go. What is 0 tier? So there's the official.
Yep, Monk is the one that.
Was official, yeah.
Monk, we need a monk. Wrong game.
Huh.
Wrong company.
Okay, now we gotta look up. All right, so you figure that out.
Maybe we'll just have to play with the official.
So now we gotta figure out networking.
What did you? What was that 0 tier one?
I don't know. That's why I need to look it up. Not evolution. Gosh, what are you doing, autocorrect? Get out of here, you piece of garbage. Not what I wanted. Autocorrect when I ask you to autocorrect.
Then it wouldn't be auto. It would just be correct.
It's true.
I think I still have a copy of Diablo 1. Yeah, I do. Sounds solid. Okay.
That's a good question. Are you looking for my Bluetooth ones? All right. Wait. I guess you can install D. You can even install it on your phone the De-Evolution X.
Huh.
Oh, they just join the server for a second, see if I can find something there.
Let's see. 480p would be 960p as at 2x.
All right. Hit F11. Not F11. And oh, gosh darn it. Why did you take me out of streamer mode? I don't know. That back on. All right. Recently get. Getting started. Here we go.
Let's stop trying to attack me.
Great. It is what it is.
Okay, bro.
So did you figure out what 0 tier is?
I'm looking right now, so your name. Oh, this is cool. So I create a game. Oh, this is cool. Create a game.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool. So if we, after being normal, we could just do this and go normal speed. And I could put a password. Password's Frank. Here, do you want to try connecting to my game?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm trying not to murder my ears. Oh. Well, maybe what we might not want to do Hellfire multiplayer. Or maybe we do. Because apparently some quests are like cut up if you play multiplayer.
Or cut up? What do you
I'm
mean?
looking at, like, you don't get the full quest if you're multiplayer.
So in Hellfire, you don't get the full quest?
Yeah, there was apparently some option to force it, so you might have to try that.
Yeah.
So join game. What is your ID?
Game is
HKF.
HXFQX. The password's Frank.
Well, that's not very streamer friendly because your menu is Also, your map shows your.
Yeah, I know. It's right now. I won't be. I mean, once we're full in game, and when it's all full and we're full, then there's gonna be no room for anyone else to hop in. I hope. Sweet, multiplayer works. I'm gonna quit the game now. Oh wow, it just goes full out. All right. All right, I'm gonna delete that hero so we can all make heroes together. Nice. So 0 tier works. Let's go. We figure that out. Oos.
Rhoda.
That's cool. So everything is in this folder. Everything to get the game working is just in this folder. That is fun. All right. Do you want to do something together, Logan? Well, he and I are currently playing through either For the King or Stolen Realms. Would you like to join us on that? No? Because both of those we could play on my computer. Or I think I have access to a second copy for the King. So you don't have to get it. You're down for the King? Are you down creating a new run with Logan?
Yeah.
Let's do it. It'll be a different account. No, I mean, we could just easily log in. It'll be on my alt account you'll be using.